काम हम जो कुछ करते हैं उसी का है, उसकी सेवा है। और मन हमारा इसी को अपना समझ लेता है, उसको भूल जाता है, यही अशुद्धता है। इसलिए हम आवर्जना में घिर जाते हैं। रेशम के कीड़े कोये, लाख के कोरे, एक कोया बनाता है और उसी में पैर के आप मर जाता है, उसी में बंद कर देता हूँ, हवा बंद हुई मर जाता है। वो स्थिति हर जीव की है।
Namaskar. This series of videos is about documenting my experiences in India. As you mature as an artist, you realize that you are seeking real freedom and a dialogue with people that you are sharing it with. It also helps you to contribute to discussions in your profession. As an architect, I firmly believe that besides technological expertise that is required for good architecture, we have to understand our relationship with nature and also the people and the cities that we are building for. Most old cities have a unique story to tell. When I started painting, I decided to delve into realistic impressions of sites. These places invoke strong emotions in me and are sometimes associated with distinct philosophical viewpoints. In this video, we will visit Vrindavan. It's Vrindavan of my childhood during the 1980s and 1990s. Vrindavan is a city that is synonymous with bhakti or love for humanity. As they say there, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So here we have what is a map of Vraja. Vraja is a triangular area between Delhi, Jaipur and Agra. The main spots that are significant for the Krishna story is Mathura, Vrindavan. Then we have Nandagaon, Varshana, Prem Sarovar, Uncha Gaon, Kamyavan. We also have Govardhan, Kusum Sarovar, Radha Kund, then Brahmand Ghat, Madhuvan, and there are many more spots in this small space which are very interesting, and till today they are very significant for Vaishnavas.
This area of Vraja is a fine example of peaceful coexistence. Here we find saints who live isolated lives in deep penance. Then there are other people who belong to different cults and clans devoted to the Vaishnava traditions. We also have a third category, which would be the tourists and the residents who navigate this city around the different sacred sites of importance. The significance of this city lies in the fact that in the people's psyche there are no strong feelings of segregating the sacred and the social. Yet, people from all walks of life live together in harmony. In this city, placemaking is about incorporating rather than negating the existing rich cultural fabric. The public spaces are vibrant and resonate with spirituality. So let's take a close look at some of the places. First, we have Maharani Ghat in Gokul. It is the location where King Vasudeva brought baby Krishna from Mathura. This painting is based on another beautiful photograph by Dr. D. Anand. Here, he has beautifully captured the Siberian gulls. These birds migrate via North India, temporarily making their home in river Yamuna. Next we have Srichi Temple in Barsana. This temple is 43 kilometers from Mathura and 22 kilometers from Govardhan. There are about 250 steps leading to the top of the hill to the gate of the temple. At the base of the hill is the palace of Brishabhanu Maharaj, Sri Radha's father. Lalita Sakhi was a prime gopi, and her village Uncha Gaon in Varshana is considered historically and spiritually wealthy. On top of the hill lies the temple of Lalita Sakhi. At the bottom of the hill on one side is Deha Kund and the beautiful Deha Bihari Mandir, and on the other side of the temple lies the ancient temple of Dauji and a beautiful grove with the samadhi of Sri Narayan Bhatt Goswami. Now we have Govardhan Hill. Lord Krishna picked up Govardhan Hill to protect Vrajavashis from the wrath of Indra. It holds a unique position in Hindu mythology. Giriraj is also the sacred center of Braja and is identified as the natural form of Krishna. Govardhan Puja inspires us to look for greatness around us and to be respectful to our natural habitat. The next painting we have is of Braj Kedarnath. Here we are actually looking at Kamyavan from the steps which takes you to Braj Kedarnath. It comes under Braja Chaurasi Kosh Parikrama. This painting is based on a beautiful photograph taken by Debashish Mohanty. Of the numerous scenic spots in Braja, the next painting that we have is of Prem Sarovar. It is 6 kilometers from Barsana and it's a very peaceful place and excellent for meditation. A flight of steps leads you to the water and the place is surrounded by trees on all 4 sides. Radha Kund is situated near Govardhan Hill and it is 14 miles from Mathura. Following the sacred writing of Sri Upadeshamrita by early 16th century saint Rupa Goswami of Vrindavan, Vaishnava Hindus consider Radha Kund to be the supreme of all holy places. Now let's take a closer look at Vrindavan. Located in the banks of Yamuna, it is almost like every other house is an altar to Sri Krishna, and they all have historical significance. The older temples date back to the 14th and 15th centuries and they are clustered in the core such as Radha Raman Temple, Radha Damodar, Sri Ranganath Ji, Govind Dev Ji, Sri Banke Bihari, Radha Madan Mohan and many more. Then further out are the new temples such as Jaipur Mandir built in 1713 and Krishna Balaram Temple built in 1975 and many more. The sacred Yamuna river starts from the glacier Yamunotri in the Himalayas and flows through the heart of Vrindavan. It has been witness to many pastimes and events from Krishna's childhood, and there are several ghats and stone steps leading to the waters, and many rituals are conducted around it, including the evening Yamuna Aarti, which is very famous. Sri Radha Madan Mohan is the first temple to be built in Vrindavan in recent history. During those days, Vrindavan had turned into an isolated forest and idols were kept in different places by devotees. Sri Sanatan Goswami used to take care of Sri Madan Mohan idol, and this temple was built by one of his devoted disciples. Now let's take a look at Sri Radharaman. Gopala Bhatt Goswami, who was living in Vrindavan, was instructed to go to Nepal. There he found several Shaligram Shilas, and later on the Damodar Shila manifested itself as the beautiful threefold bending form of Tribhangananda Krishna. This temple is especially revered by the followers of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. The Samadhi Sthali of Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami is also found within this temple premises, and this spot has also become a major place of congregation for Gaudiya Vaishnava. Sri Govind Dev Ji is another significant idol which is now in Jaipur, Rajasthan. It is believed to have been created by Bajranav, the great-grandson of Lord Krishna some 5,000 years back. The Radha and Krishna idols of Radha Damodar temple belong to Sri Rupa Goswami. They were passed on to Sri Jiva Goswami and a temple for them was established by him in Vrindavan in 1542. Sri Ranganath Mandir has a pride of place in Vrindavan. This temple is dedicated to Sri Goda Rangamanar. It organizes many festivals such as Brahmotsav, Andal Utsav, Sharad Purnima, and many others. Of the numerous other temples that decorate the landscape of Vrindavan, this beautiful red sandstone temple reflects the best of Rajasthani art and architecture. It was erected in 1917 and is devoted to the Lord Radha Madhav. Swami Haridas was a 16th century poet, musician and saint. He spent the last part of his life at Nidhivan in Vrindavan. He was the guru of both Tansen, the court musician of Akbar, and the legendary Baiju Bawra. This garden has beautiful Vanatulashi plants and it is evergreen. These plants are drought tolerant and every 100 years a new tree comes out of the remains of the old ones. As mentioned in Dr. Anand's book, the creative aspect of cosmic intelligence in Sri Krishna and Sri Radha is the source of energy. On a supramental plane, Radha is the most intimate part of Sri Krishna. In Nidhivan, there is a temple dedicated to Radharani. Vansivat, Vrindavan, is the Maharasa Sthali near river Yamuna. It was established by an acharya from the Nimbark Vaishnava Sampradaya. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan, the first spot he searched for was Vansivat. There is also a little temple for Gopeshwar Mahadev here. On the banks of river Yamuna in Vrindavan, we find numerous ghats, beautiful man-made embankments and stone steps leading to the water. These are also sites where we still have some very old beautiful Kadamba trees. The Kadamba is one of the most sacred trees in Braja, which blossoms during the monsoon season, producing small round yellow flowers that fills the air with an intoxicating fragrance. It also helps in soil reclamation. While I tried to show sunrise in Kesi Ghat, I have tried to paint the picture of how it would feel on a bright sunny day in Cheer Ghat and sunset in Kalia Ghat. Kalia Ghat reminds us of the taming of our egos for our own good. This place marks the residence of Kalia Naga, symbolic of the demonic ego within us. At this spot, Krishna crushed Kalia. Well, I cannot end this talk without mentioning the little Kishores and Kishoris of Braja. Ras Leela is the traditional folk dance form of Vrindavan. As Krishna was around 8 to 9 years old and used to play with gopis and gopalas, this art form is mostly enacted by young kids of Vrindavan. The goal of enacting Ras Leela is to live behind the transactional associations and learn to see the divine within us and around us. Well, to add to everything that I have said, we were fortunate to have met and heard from Nagari Das Baba, a saint of contemporary times living in Vrindavan.
The stories of Krishna are as numerous as there are stars in the sky. So how can I end this video without reference to the 16th century Vaishnava blind poet Surdas? He writes, actually how does he write what he cannot see? But he does. He has given us some beautiful couplets. He writes, चार प्रहर वंसी बट भटक्यो, सांझ पड़े घर आयो, मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो.